Hey, what's up, guys? King J coming to you live from hell. Now, today I want to talk about being an introspective person, being an introvert. It's something that I've always identified with. I've always felt when I'm around people, I naturally have this instinct take over that like helps me be funny and witty in the moment, and it's basically like this confidence, but it's not it feels natural, but I realize what it is. It's a technique. It's a skill that I've developed over time. And naturally, my natural state is very introspective. I'm analyzing everything I do, everything I say, every choice I make, and I'm overthinking basically. And so there's this introspective mindset spiral that happens when you're living way too much in your own brain. You're attached way too much to specific ideas and concepts about yourself, and you're it's almost like you're limited to the confines of your brain. And one thing that I have been telling myself recently is that while my body may have limits, my brain does not. So in using that, I could take my body to new limits. I could push myself harder when I'm working out. I could grow, physically and mentally. And I think about mental growth. It's not about filling knowledge into your brain. It's about trusting yourself the way that you are and knowing that knowledge will come to you. And instead of blocking things that can help you mentally, letting go of a lot of limits that we have in our self-concept, in our belief system, and in our subconscious mind that comes up. One thing that I've learned is that thoughts come from nowhere. They come from our beliefs, but when they appear in our brain, it doesn't always have to have a specific trigger. Things just come. And when we spend too much time trying to figure out where that exactly came from, when you're not doing it to identify a limiting belief about yourself, you're just going to be like going down a rabbit hole of your head, and you're going to be living in that. And it's not very conductive majority of the time. So I feel what I would recommend is meditation, And the main thing about meditation is it's not about sorting your thoughts and controlling your thoughts. And see, that's a great idea. That's a great way to look at it. Sorting thoughts. Like, let's say your thoughts are like a sheet of paper with words on it, right? And we have these thoughts like out of a fax machine, and that's our brain. Oh, a new paper. Oh, a new paper. Oh, a new paper. And by the time you know it, your brain looks like SpongeBob when he's trying to remember his name, when he's just focused on fine dining. And it's just chaos. And you're looking for certain things, and you're trying to figure out certain things. So what we need to see our brain as is like a dry erase board. And words will be put on, thoughts will come, and they can be let go. They can be erased. They could be gone. Yeah, maybe they'll come again, right? But we'll know that we can just let it go. And when you let go, that shouldn't come from a place of not wanting. It should come from a place of not caring and not needing to be attached to whatever you're thinking about. Whatever you desire shouldn't control you. You shouldn't have to manipulate anything or anyone to get what you want in this life. You should be able to you shouldn't be afraid of any of your own thoughts. So I find it very important to shine light on the parts of yourself that you want to ignore, because those are the parts of yourself that need the most love and the most acceptance. Because there are pieces of us that we want to get rid of, that we want to go away, and they won't. What we have to do is accept ourselves for exactly who we are. And when we accept ourselves, we'll start to notice that that part of us that we've been trying to ignore starts to diminish in power and in realness. Like, we realize that we don't need to be a certain thing. We don't need to be attached to becoming somebody specific. We can be who we want to be already, and then the world will show us that. It will be reflected back to us. So it's very important to not be stuck in your brain, because your brain only works with what it's fed. So if your beliefs are that of negativity and that of limits, your brain is already looking at your limits. Your brain is already recognizing your limits. We're never going to go past this. A perfect example is I was mowing the yard, and I was lucky enough to have two different lawnmowers, but I hit a rock and it bent the blade of one of the lawnmowers, and it was like, it started chopping to the dirt pretty much, this grass, and I was like, oh man. And, it pissed me off. So I tried to fix it. It wouldn't work. So luckily I had another one. I was using the other one, and I go to put gas in it, and when I pull the string ripped on me, to ignite it, the starter. And I was just like, what am I going to do? I'm already halfway done with this grass. And I've been doing it for hours. I was just so annoyed. And I saw this limit because I thought, well, I don't even know how to tie good knots. And that was something that I already believed about myself. And so it was like nothing was going to change in that particular moment. Then when I realized, why don't I just look up knots? Why would I think if I watched a video, I still wouldn't be able to do it? So I looked at a video. I saw a particular knot. I did the knot with much ease. It worked. I tied the string. I cut the grass. It was over. It was done. And what I had to do was I had to let go of that idea of I'm bad at knots. And that's psycho-cybernetics. That's eliminating limiting beliefs, negative self-concept. In that moment, I felt just like there's nothing that could be in my way, because anytime there's something in my way, it's not the circumstance. It's only my brain and myself and my mind. So when I decide to let go, not of what I desire, but of what is blocking me from those desires, I'm able to just sort of accept my reality the way that it is right now. Nothing needs to change, because I already feel that I feel that feeling of what I want. And that's what you have to do with yourself, is you have to feel as if it's already with you. It doesn't need to speak to you what you want. It doesn't need to come to you. You just feel it, and then it will come to you. You don't have to wait to feel good, because you're going to always be waiting. And that's something that I really had to notice, is that I was always waiting for specific things to happen, to feel good, to feel validated, to feel happy. And once I got those things, it was like a sigh of relief. A check off my checklist. Now I can relax. Why don't I just relax right now and enjoy the moment right now, and know that nothing can get in my way and nothing can bother me, because I'm in charge of what bothers me. I'm the only thing that lets anything bother me. So it's having a relationship with yourself. And I think as introverts, we like to think that we understand ourselves better than anybody else. But what you understand about yourself may be something that's not conducive to your reality. It may not be something that's healthy for you. And we have these limits, and we think, well, I know why I am the way that I am, and nothing's ever going to change. And at least I understand myself. But really, you don't understand yourself, because you're setting limits. And there is no limits to your mind. There is no limits to the feelings that you can feel. And that's something that I'm learning firsthand. But the truth of the matter is, I could tell you this all day. I could tell anybody this all day, but it only becomes real when it's real for them. But I just can't not share this. I just can't not talk about this, because it's something that's just so real to me. It's changed my life completely. And I finally feel the way that I wish I always could. I finally feel like myself, and nothing needs to change, and I don't need to become anything in particular, and nobody needs to notice or say or do anything. And a perfect example is these videos. I just keep making these videos. I enjoy these videos. I'm not looking at the view count. And when I do, I notice there's nobody watching. But it's just this fun thing that I'm just letting out, and it's part of my routine. I love it. I love it, and I don't really care where it goes, because I already feel like a YouTuber. I already feel that if I build it, they will come. You will come if you're listening to this right now at exactly 9 minutes and 59 seconds. right? So I just feel this change and this growth, and it starts from within, and then everything else follows. It's crazy. And I also noticed that before, in my old mindset, I was still able to get things I wanted, always. You know, I always got things I wanted, but there was so much resistance that I could never enjoy anything. I could never truly enjoy what I worked for, or what I bought, or what I enjoyed, because it was always like a limit, or like, well, you shouldn't be doing this, you should be doing something else. And there was always, it was never an enjoyment in the things that I thought were my favorite things to do. So I had to let go of all that resistance. I had to let go of that idea of, okay, well, what do I want to do? And if I don't want to do it, why don't I want to do it? And if I really, really want to do it, then all I need to do is just let myself enjoy the process. Before, I couldn't enjoy the process because there was too much resistance. There was too much pressure on making a good product. I wouldn't make a video because I didn't know what to talk about. And it should be edited, and it should look like this, and it should blah, 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 blah. I'll get there when I get there, maybe. And if not, I enjoy this part. I enjoy this process. I enjoy just speaking and letting it all out. So when you stay confined to your head, you're going to be limited to whatever is in your head. But your head is what makes what you perceive in your life and what you see with your eyes. So keep that in mind, introverts out there. And I know there's plenty of us, and I know that social media, it puts distance in between people. It puts these ideas in our heads of what we are and what we need to be and where we need to be at certain ages, and all that's garbage, and all that's limits. There's no limit to what you can be, and there's no limit to what you can do at any particular. As soon as you say, I'm too old to do a particular thing, that's your reality. And you're going to always feel old. You're going to be in your 20s feeling old, like, oh, I wish I was a kid again. You know, I used to wish I was a kid again so I could feel that freedom, to feel that protection from my parents. And now I realized I have to be my parent. I have to look out for myself, and I have to trust myself like you would a parent. And the more that I trust myself, the more that when I make a mistake, I'm not hard on myself. I just say, well, I'll just fix that. Or if I can't fix that, I'll just do something different. I'm not attached to certain things happening in a certain way, in a certain time frame, and blah, 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 blah. I'm just enjoying the process of the things that I love in this planet. I'm just enjoying myself, and everything is easier, and everything I do comes out better and better every single time that I do it. And I love it, and it's natural. I'm in a flow state. So this is awesome. So introverts, if you feel compelled to go into your own mind after listening to this, or whatever inspires you, just remember that you define yourself. Don't let yourself set limits that are not helpful to what you want in this world. Boost yourself up. You have the power to do it. I came from nothing mentally. I came from the lowest of the low mental state that I could have ever been in. And now it's like a complete 180. And I'm so grateful every single day. I'm so grateful. So let me know. What do you think? Tell me how your mind works. I want to hear people's thought process. Tell me how you think the world works. I'm very interested to have these conversations. I'm very interested in it. And I'm interested to hear people's opinions. If you like the video, give it a like. If you like these videos, subscribe, tap that notification bell. Thanks for watching. King J out.